As the night went on, there were a couple calls throughout the city of looting incidents, some going into East Division along Aramingo Avenue and some other spots throughout the city. And so we responded through the course of the night. Again, at this point in time, we know somewhere around 15 to 20 arrests have taken place thus far. At least 2 firearms have been recovered. At this point, we're investigating that there is possibly a caravan of a number of different vehicles that were going from location to location. Right now, we have a couple of those individuals in custody.
First and foremost, I want to give honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Spread out to the four corners of the earth. On this side, we know them as the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And shalom to you sisters, to you ribs, learning in silence and staying in order. Right, as you saw with the riots out in Philly, it's not a new trend. It's been going on for many years now. This whole smash and grab spirit has been unleashed. Right, we see it happen in Cali, New York, many other places. You know, the people are fed up. You see, the people are fed up. And the Lord has put a rebellious spirit on the people. No more, no more of that yes sir, master spirit where, we serve the captivity. Now Jake is just lost it, man. And it's prophecy, right? Because we've been out of order for so long. The Lord's getting ready to expose this devil and put Israel in his rightful spot, right? So we getting ready for a big economic, I can't say it without being stricken. We about to hit the RESET button, on the economy, right? And by the way, it's fair use on that video, fair use, just in case. But we out here to basically teach the people that this has to happen, you see, but you can't lose patience and you can't lose faith, because without faith we can't get through these things, see. So we have to expose this madness and to show the people that this is not the way we should be acting, with that rebellious spirit, right? Because the Lord could sift us out. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the one that's going to provide for our bread, man. We don't got to take it, but just to let you know, in those times, it's going to be the majority of the people that's going to be doing these things. The majority of our people is the one that's going to be, looting and all these other things. Esau is going to do a lot of the killing and, a lot of the real sinister things, like torturing people, raping, and all these other things. But for our people, man, all we could do now is just try to reprove them. We're in the time of fishing, not in the time of hunting. See? So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order." Right? This is what we should be doing. Our house, which is the hopeful 144,000 with the 1/3, and our household individually as well. We are to teach our children and our wives, how to follow the Lord and do the right thing. You see, but we also got to teach the people. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. See, we supposed reprove means to basically hold them accountable, so they may see their sins and change, right? Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It says, and reprove that people, comfort such of them that comfort such of them as be in trouble, right? This is not the Jacob's trouble yet, but our people are in trouble because we under these curses, and the only one that could get us out of these things is Yahweh Shai, right? Because the truth shall set you free. It says, comfort such of them as be in trouble and now renowned to corruption, right? And who is the number one corrupter? Esau, Edom. That's how we expose this man of perdition, man. We have to know who he is in order to see and denounce corruption, because he is the head of it. Job 9:14 says, the world given unto the hand of the wicked, right? Who is controlling all things, right? Because he's the one who redlined us, who, kept us financially down to where we cannot, go past a certain bounds. Just like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has Esau, where he can't go a certain bound. He can't go too deep into the sea or too deep into the sky, because he set bounds, right? But anyways, as you saw, people looting and all these things while World War III is being set in place. There's a bunch of prophecies happening, man. And pretty soon it's going to inflate even more. And super inflation is going to happen. Right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, for these shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Right? We see that right now going on out there in the land of Israel, where allegedly Hamas has invaded the land of Israel, and it's pulling a lot of people into that region. You see, but also running up in somebody's stores, also an invasion of property, right? Like when you enter somebody's home in the U.S., that's called a home invasion, right? But these people are invading other people's store properties. It says, for these shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, right? Because they're not regarding the law at all. What the king had put forth as far as what regulations to follow. They break laws. It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, right? Because they couldn't stop these people. It's prophecy. The police cannot stop these people at all. It says, but at one point the laws are going to get so tight that you're not going to be able to leave your home. You see, the king is going to put a chokehold, put that shock collar a little tighter, right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. See, there's going to be police checkpoints everywhere. This is leading up to it, right? Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? Because you're not going to be able to have safety. Look at what happened in Chicago, where the bond of some criminals has been eliminated, where everybody gets bonded now. And it's going to set a lot of people afraid, because they could commit crime and be out the next day. See? Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Right? They're going to be running up in your house with guns, trying to take the food that you got, because we're going to be in calamities like we've seen no other. Right? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because their lack of bread, and for great tribulation. You see? That's what's coming. You see it unfolding. The hopeful elect is praying for these things to happen. For these things to happen in a quick fashion, right? But a lot of the Christians are too, not knowing what's the outcome, right? They don't know about these prophecies. Their pastor, pork chop, didn't teach them these things, right? But the elect are waiting patiently for these things, and Yahweh Ratazam of that number, because the whole thing in the Middle East as well, where these jihadists and the Muslims believe that the end of the world is coming in their own version, you see, but they don't have the real truth because it was not given unto them. They got their own false prophecies that they got going, making them act a certain way, not knowing that it was actually the Catholic Church who invented Islam, right? This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. To what end is it for you that the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is darkness and not light, right? So it's not going to be all hugs and kisses, man. It's going to get dirty and it's going to get ugly, even up to that point. Yahushua said he's not come to bring peace on the earth, but to bring a sword. Right? Verse Amos 5:19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. Right? At this point, when that time comes, you're gonna be running and fleeing. You think you had gotten away from an issue, but you can't run from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because trouble is gonna find you when it's gonna find you. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Verse 20, shall not the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai be darkness and not light, even very dark and not brightness in it? Really, that's really what the day is going to be like, man. And if you lack faith, you're going to fall into the devices of the wicked, which is that rice device. You're gonna get weak, and you're gonna take it. You see, when there's a lack of bread, no electricity, you got kids, you're gonna have a tough decision to make, and that's where faith comes in. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. It says, for thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not peace, right? This is what we're talking about, that the end, it's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be dreadful. Verse 6, and ye know and see whether a man does travail with child, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. It's a scary thing. The Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai can make the strongest of men turn into women in characteristic, being scared and frail and screaming, right? Acting like a weaker vessel. Verse 7, alas, for the day is great, so that no one is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? It says none is like it, because it's gonna be that terrible. This is why you need the faith. Right? Because only the elect is gonna be saved out of it. The 1/3 and the 144,000 out of every tribe. It says it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Mm-hmm. And this is what we're looking for, man. For this kingdom to fall and just be over with, man. We vex daily. Every time we go to work, every time we got to pick up the kids from daycare after a long day, to come home and do more work, to then go to sleep early and start it all over. Like, we just tired, man. Tired of it. Right? A lot of us got ailments on top of that. Just not making things easier. See, but we in that time. If you haven't, if you just learning this truth, or you just waking up now, this is the time. This is the time where you need to really go in. You know, if you're just learning, you know, try to get yourself out there, man. You know, to make thy calling an election sure. This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing that and knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, and double honors to the elders apostles of GMS. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.